What's up, everybody? This is Damron with Trash Ass Gamers, and we're playing Halo Wars 2. This is the final part of our Awakening the Nightmare Legendary campaign run, in which we are doing all the optional and bonus objectives in the DLC Awakening the Nightmare campaign on Legendary difficulty, while scoring gold medals on each mission, as well as collecting all the Pheonix logs. So we will be getting credit towards several achievements by the end of this mission. We'll get Clean Up Your Mess, which is to complete manifestation on any difficulty. You'll get Awake, again with the tentacles and the ancient enemy, which are the stackable difficulty related achievements for completing this campaign. And we're also going to do the miscellaneous achievement before this gets out of hand, which is a complete manifestation without the proto grave mine exceeding 50% critical mass. And we'll finally get the brute side, which is to collect every Pheonix log collectible in this campaign. And also the bonus objectives in this mission we will also do, which is to destroy 30 units with your Lich and not to lose any of your mega turrets. So here we go. This mission starts off and you're going to have to protect your base for a little bit, and really the only thing you want to do here is just go ahead and build a few turrets, make 2 of them anti-infantry and 2 of them anti-vehicle, and that's going to protect your base for a little bit, because once we finish this little attack from the flood, we're going to have a lot of time to build up our army prior to going out and kind of doing everything in the mission. No one's really going to attack us while we're building up, as long as we don't advance in the mission. So start this off by let's clean up this flood attack and get our army built. So we definitely also want to go ahead and scrap the barracks that's part of the base. When you start, you know, we're going to throw down 3 harvesters, 2 generators, an apex, as well as the you know, war council, so we can upgrade everything in our base.
Forbidden harvester upgrade complete. Victims. Forbidden extractor upgrade complete.
And obviously, just like previous videos, we will keep the gameplay sped up. It is an RTS, so you're going to be able to follow along with what I do, but we will keep it sped up so the video isn't, you know, overly long. And go ahead and get all these random supplies that are around your base with one of your choppers. That's going to help you get started a little faster.
Turret complete. Local units.
Alright, so once you get to this point, once you've defended your base, the game is basically telling you to go north a bit, and you can see that blue pulsating indicator on your map. Don't do that. What we're going to do is we're just going to stay here, and as long as we don't advance forward, we're going to have a lot of time to go ahead and build our army up. And what we want our army to consist of is Banshees and Engineers. A lot of Banshees, and for about every 5 or 6 Banshees, at least 1 Engineer. And that's very important because we have to protect all of the mega turrets that we're going to build in the game. So as we progress around the map, we're actually going to be leaving pieces of our army at the little mini bases that we come across, because the flood will continue to attack those, and you don't want to be distracted and lose one of your mega turrets while you're doing something else and you miss that you were being attacked. Obviously, another tidbit, we do have the Nightmare Skull on this mission to boost our score, more of a guarantee for us to get that gold medal. You know, and as we have a little bit of downtime while we're kind of building up our army, I do want to give a special thanks out to everybody that's given us support thus far. You know, it's a new channel. I've really enjoyed making content and making guides, trying to do some of the harder content in the games that I play. If you find them helpful, you know, feel free to like and subscribe. You can leave comments in the comment section. I'll definitely respond to you. So again, appreciation to everybody that's given us, you know, any support thus far. I really appreciate it.
Banshee here. They will learn to fear me. Banshee dualism. 2 researched. Banshee, ready to fight. Fortify level 2 researched. No, tell us stay clear. Upgrade complete.
Alright, so once we reach this point here where we've got, you know, a decent sized Banshee army, at least 2 engineers, go ahead and send them up to that point, and now we're really going to start the next part of the mission. It's going to give us a little scene where you're going to see the large tentacles of the grave mine that are going to block our path. And basically what you need to do is you need to find side bases to build mega turrets in order to destroy those grave mine arms to be able to progress through the level, which now is indicated again by another pulsating red dot. And what all the dots are, there's 4 of them throughout the level, are 4 small flood bases, and they're not hard to kill. But keep in mind they're going to continuously kind of get attacked by small forces throughout the map, and as soon as you build a base on that, your mega turret will spawn. You don't have to build it, it's automatic. So just keep that in mind, and if you lose any mega turret at all throughout the game, you will fail that bonus objective. You have to protect all 4 as soon as you build that base. So let's just keep that in mind. That's why I like to have a decent sized army. So we'll go ahead and kill that flood base up there. And then also just north of this base, I'll show you, is the first of the 2 Pheonix logs collectibles in this mission. So I'll send the unit up there in a minute and show you exactly where that is.
Repair the turret. We'll soon rid ourselves of those tentacles. Banshee here. I crave.
Before I build on this particular plot, I recommend just going ahead and flying down a little bit and killing all the units on there. One of the worst ways to lose a mega turret is whenever they do a lot of damage to your base as it's being built, and as soon as it gets built, your base blows up. So go ahead and clean up all these units so you minimize that risk a little bit.
As swift and sudden as death's touch. I found it.
And then just keep building your army. So now I've got a little army, and I'm going to keep them, the one I just sent over there, at that base at all times. This is my main army up here we're going to be flying around the map with, but you saw that I just sent another set of units over there, 4 Banshees and a engineer, in which I will actually leave at this base to protect it. So here you're seeing the mega turret gets instantly built. Those are the ones you can't lose. And you have some moments here as well. Until you put that tentacle in sight, the turret won't shoot it. You actually have to put it in sight for the turret to take a shot at it, which I'm going to do here to clear this one out of the way for my chopper. And you see, as soon as the mega turret hits it, boom, the arm kind of goes back. And basically now you can send some units up to grab the resources and the power node, and then obviously our first Pheonix collectible up there in the northern part of the map, which I just showed you. So here's the chopper going up, and now you should only need 1 more to get the Pheonix log collectible achievement, which we'll be getting a little bit later in the mission.
You call upon me, powering up propulsion engines. The crates! You'll destroy our infantry! Signed. Stay low. I will watch from the skies. Local units. On my way. Locked on target. Firing! My cannons. Local units. Target hit! It's retreating. But we'll get where? We didn't destroy it, so it must be connected to something. Local units. Hungry. Lying out. Banshee on the move. Enemy spotted. Beware. The wretches are braver than I thought on swift wing. Another in the air. That tentacle was just an extension of this thing. If the stories are true.
Alright, Alright, so here's where they get the mission gets pretty fun. So we've got the Proto Grave Mine here that spawns as you pass that tentacle. And essentially what's going to happen is it has four, carapaces on each side of it as it comes out of the ground, which I'll show you right here in front of me. You actually need to target that with your Banshee army. And you'll blow that up, which I'll show you, and you'll expose it. And then also, as soon as you get up there, let's go ahead and start getting your Lich in the fight. I'll drop him in a minute, right? You have to unlock it first, but the Lich power, you need to unlock that as soon as possible because you need to get 30 kills with that for the second bonus objective. So as soon as you kill the carapace, then these egg sacs spawn, and again, you need to target that. The Banshees don't tend to automatically shoot that. They tend to automatically shoot all the flood that's kind of going around on the ground. But then as soon as you kill the eggs, it's going to go down into the earth and open its mouth. And again, you'll have to target that with your Banshees. And that's the point at which you can damage it. And you'll be damaging it in quarters. You do like 25% health. And then after we do that, we're going to have to go basically build a second mega turret. And at this point in the level, your main base is going to start getting attacked by pretty large forces. So be sure you have an army back there. I like to keep the heroes back there because, there's no real reason to have them up here. They're just going to get killed. Your Banshee army is going to take care of everything up here. We got a pretty large Banshee army just to kind of deal with everything. The flood can't hit them. And just leave your heroes back at your main base. So as soon as he goes back down, now you're going to start seeing this percentage in the top middle, the Proto Grave Mine percentage. That is the one for the miscellaneous achievement before this gets out of hand. That cannot get to 50%. And basically, you will be able to drop that back down by killing a flood base, the mega turret spawning, and then you go back down to the Proto Grave Mine and the mega turret will shoot it. And as soon as you start shooting the carapaces that open to the eggs in the middle of the grave mine, the percentage will actually drop back down, and you'll see that. And again, so now we're coming to our second base, and keep in mind the mega turret is going to instantly spawn here. Okay, so second time, you want to leave a group of your army here to protect it. There will be 2 turret points that spawn at each base that you see. You can see here I'm building turrets. Definitely build those turrets, and I like to make one of them anti-air. And then on this particular base, we're going to build another apex because we're going to be building units here to replenish the units that die at the Proto Grave Mine. So here you see I dropped the Lich earlier. I've already got the 30 kills. That bonus objective's off the board. We're going to build a small army to stay up at the base that we just took, and they'll protect it, and you're not going to have to worry too much about it. You're not going to have to worry about it dying. As long as you have a couple engineers and a couple Banshees, it's going to be just fine. So now you can see the grave mine mass has gone, the critical mass has gone back down 10%. So really keeping it under 50% is not too bad if you just kind of keep the strategy that I'm showing you here. So here's the main base I was talking about. This is going to get attacked pretty frequently. And I like to use the Rain of Fire on there because I don't keep too large of an army back at my base. What I do is actually use the heroes, drop a few powers, and then just repair the base and build whatever blew up. I don't tend to fly my units back and forth. I think it's a waste of time.
Units. Ha! It's barely local units. Our base is under attack. They've soldier local units. Local units. Our base is under local units. Local units. Victims. Scorch mortar. Researched. Our base is under attack. I'm trying to build and destroy them.
Alright, so once you take another 25% off, we're going to go ahead and get ready to get to the next flood base, which is going to be directly to the west from where we were, and we're going to kill that again as fast as possible. You can see I'm already over there by the time the photograve mine even gets a percent. So you want to be quick, you know, get over here, attack it, get the turret built so that, again, that critical mass doesn't get to 50%. Now this particular base tends to get attacked by aerial enemies quite frequently, so when the turret positions pop up on this side base, make both of them anti-air, and again keep a nice little army here to protect it as well. And on this base we're going to build a vehicle garage, because we're going to build a vehicle to go get our second Pheonix log in this level and our final Pheonix log of the campaign.
Local units. To our post. Attack local units. Local units. Local units. Around the way. Fired. Firing. Local units. Our base is under attack. Target hit. We decide. The power relentless. Next time, remind you to bring more troops. Next time, listen to my warning that we won't have to.
So you can see that critical mass actually goes up pretty fast. I was over there pretty quickly, built the base as fast as I could, and the critical mass was already up to 24%. So if you're not paying attention and getting over there as soon as the grave mine goes back into the hole, that critical mass can get to 50% pretty fast. So just be on your toes, ready to move to the next base. So make both of those anti-air. So I'm just going to make a vehicle unit here to show you where the final Pheonix log is.
Local units. Need new troops. Leader power ready. Local units. Apex constructed. Local units. Our base is under attack. When is it proud, low and hungry? I crave your target. About receiving fire from enemy president. Report aside. I say scared. Moving to position. The enemy is attacking me.
So here we go. You can see I sent my guy up here. He's just north of that base we built on the west is the final Pheonix log, and that should net you the final achievement to get all the Pheonix logs in the Awakening the Nightmare campaign. Alright, so back to the Protograve mine again. Just bust off another carapace, rinse and repeat here.
Location confirmed. Repeat attack. Our base is under attack. Leader power ready. Local units. Ready primary. Influx on snow. Target them. Target the tentacles. Keep out of their reach. Destroy those sacks. Teach it what happens when it crosses the banished. Local units. Our base is under attack. I'm under fire. Unworthy adversary returns to their local units. Leader. Our base is under attack. Local units.
Alright, so we're going to bust up the third quarter of the Protograve mine, and then the final base that we're going to take over is on the southern portion of the map. So all the flood bases are kind of in the four corners of the area. So over here, we're going to take this final flood base, and again, the same situation. It's going to instantly build that turret, and again, as you've seen as we've been playing, I'm keeping small forces at each of the bases to protect them, because again, that's the second and last bonus objective. You have to beat the level without losing any of those mega turrets. So let's clean up this flood base. We'll build that turret, and we're going to take out the last shell of the Protograve mine, and at that point we'll enter the final phase of the final level.
Protect our turrets. You must not lose them. You heard Pavia. This may be our last chance to kill that thing. Our base is under attack. Local units. on the target. Pick them up before they get too close. Local units. They'll never know what hit. Local units. Our base is under attack. They'll cut through the air like a sword. Power extractor constructed. I've been praying for my cannon. Preparing plasma cannon. Group 1 assigned. Engaging in. Our base is under attack. Local units. Stay down. Conflict as the fire's only truth. It perished before light on and firing. So, you can fight things like hits from all turrets. You must be close now. How much more punishment can that thing take? As much as we can deal out, it seems. We may need to hit it with something even more powerful. Units, another pump wave. Stand fast. Even the armor to expose the sacks. No armor exists that Fabian has not broken. Blast through that armor. Units. Engine 100%. Powering up propulsion engines. The enemy is attacking ready to take me. Leader point earned. Local units. Leader power ready. Our base is under attack. Ready with that bomb. Local units. Local units. We've destroyed the enemy's super unit. Local units. Local units. Lieutenant President Shotgun command. The howl of my banshee will foretell their end. Our base is under attack. They've destroyed our building. Local units. The enemy is targeting us. Local units. Local units. Local units. One assigned. I can't. Local units. Local units. Turret complete. Armor suit constructed. Local units. Destroy them. Turret improved. Turret approved. Our base is under attack. Turret improved. The armor has fallen. Target the sacks underneath. Keep those ground troops moving. They'll be crushed by the tentacles. Destroy those sacks. Spare nothing. Enemy spotted. Enemy land. Local units. Group 1 signed. I will watch from the sky. We're blasting it, but it's resisting. One Slavium. That thing's grown too strong. Our turrets aren't enough anymore. We need more firepower.
Alright, so you can see I'm gone ahead and moving over here as we're, taking out that last portion of the grave mine because it's going to automatically make this spawn. And we don't want that critical mass to go up, right? And the only way that we can get it to stop now is by breaking the flood on this, which is going to spawn a Reaver, which is going to be a friendly unit now. So I'm really just minimizing the time that critical mass can go up. And even then, you can see it's already 11-12%, and the Reaver's pretty slow. So we need to move the Reaver up there and use its attack on the grave mine, at which point, again, it will pop out, and then we can finish the proto grave mine off.
It barely stings. Local units. Is that the best unit? Local units. Turret complete. They're brave under assault. Another boat. Our base is under attack. Local units. Group 1. Burn. They're cooking. Do your worst, local units. Get out of my way. The enemy has been increasing its attacks. It's getting desperate. Let's show this thing true rage, brother. Fight with all we have. Start. Local units. They're reducing the rubble. Local units. Our base is under attack. Local units. Local units. Lieutenant, make yourself wonderful.
not too bad of a level. Honestly, I think it's the easiest level in the campaign of the Awakening the Nightmare on Legendary to get all the objectives done at the same time, so it wasn't really too bad. So I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys found it helpful. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe. You can see we easily got the gold medal. We doubled up on it, got the 2 bonus objectives in the Pheonix logs. That should be all of the achievements in the Awakening Nightmare DLC. So I hope you found it helpful. Like and subscribe, and we hope to see you next time.